A room with a view of the whole city. Fashion luxury, that's what he's got pretty.
Well, I wouldn't have thought that was possible. I truly believe that Emirates first class is still a top product. Unfortunately, the prices are slowly going up, starting from 7,000 and higher. But I have to say, you really get great value for your money. Champagne and caviar and all those things, an expensive whiskey and all that. So it works. You still get your chauffeur service, although it's been scaled back, but you still get a massage, 15 minutes instead of half an hour. But it's still a pleasure overall. Still, I noticed that they probably got rid of those great employees in the first-class lounge in Dubai. They're probably gone, because those great Filipino employees are no longer there. Now you have some others who come from Pakistan, from somewhere else in the world, but they are very bad trained. And I have to say, I wouldn't have thought that was possible. I used to think that an airline like Emirates is always fundamentally interested in top-notch service and good service. But what you could experience there, but underground, we'll get to the entire first-class area in Dubai when I get there. With the chauffeur who picked me up in a nice big limousine, that's when the situation starts. So, someone is coming, and they ask you if you want your luggage put on those luggage carts and that someone will accompany you. This service is chargeable, don't forget, so that's why it's better. You take your luggage yourself and then roll over to the first-class check-in. It's been under renovation for weeks and months, and I feel like it's been going on for years, and it's just getting worse. Because I've had to experience a few times now that there were queues in first class at Emirates in Dubai. I remember that was never the case before Corona. You arrive and then they were just sitting there bored. And then you go into first, and then you immediately got your ticket and were on your way. And now you have a long wait in first class in Dubai. So where is Emirates headed? What do you have planned? That's definitely an extremely poor service. And that's why I have to say the first class service in Dubai at the beginning means you have a nice chauffeur, and then you're driven to check-in, and that check-in has already gotten 50-50 worse. I would say 50% down. Then we have the advantage that if you've already entered Dubai once, the exit is relatively easy. You place this part on those smart gates, walk through, and then you have this somewhat luggage control. That actually goes pretty quickly. And then you have the choice either to go to the gate right above or to the new terminal where you have to take the train. However you arrive, the lounges are always under renovation in some way. There too, they are constantly undergoing renovations in some way. And the food and drinks that are offered are no longer of the top quality they used to be. It used to be better. The meat was always somehow tricky. There used to be a lot of lobster and good things. Today, people are very cautious about it. You can really notice everywhere that they've tightened the budget. And then I realized that the staff are no longer there. So those great employees, I still find that in the showers, there's this personal care, so to speak, because the staff who clean the showers and toilets feel personally responsible for that area and are really good. But there are new people there too, so everything is changing a bit. Maybe they need half a year to a year until everything is a well-coordinated team, but I think they should have hired them earlier so that they could understand and catch on quickly. How the rabbit runs over there. As for boarding the plane, it goes directly at that one terminal with fantastic ICE VIP service. It really works great. You have the gate that leads directly to the plane. And in the old terminal, well, you have to go down again, you have to exit the lounge, and then go through the general area. That's the old terminal. You have that on the new side, not in the old one. And when you're on board, well, that depends a bit on the crew. If you get good quality, the food is well prepared and coordinated, then everything will go great. And if you have a bad crew, well, you're just out of luck. The story is you do get your champagne and your caviar. So from that perspective, that's not the issue. When you're on the A380, of course, there's the question of the shower. They also have new employees there. The Filipinos are gone. And now there are people from Pakistan, etc., who of course have to learn this first. And what I find dramatic is that upon arrival, everything has completely changed. This first-class baggage service, they've taken that away. I remember back in the day, you would arrive and they had an employee who would take the first-class luggage down on a cart. And once you got through security, you arrived and could grab your bags because they were already there. That's different. Now there are only people standing around who take the bags down for the staff. But for us first-class guests, that's been cut. They've cut back. They've saved. I'm telling you, that's how it is. A complete cutback at Emirates. And from that perspective, the situation is that you arrive at the baggage claim. You have to wait for your luggage to come, sometimes even after the economy class. And when that happens, it's really annoying. So then you roll out wherever you land in whatever country, And then outside, the chauffeur services are already waiting and they take you in the smaller limousines. No more the big ones. Everything has been trimmed down to business class. No more. First class combined. They take you to the hotel or home, wherever you are. And from that perspective, you could say we're still getting somewhat what we pay for. But thus, the whole issue is already on the table at Emirates. The cost-cutting factor has arrived, and I can only hope that it doesn't get any worse in the future. And that's why I won't give Emirates any more of my money today. One thumbs up and one thumbs down for Emirates in first class.